सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नाम रूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धिर्दृग्यत्व निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्तवेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यदिति मे निश्चिता मतिः। Tattva-drishti has asked this question that for moksha we require aparoksha brahma jnanam, and aparoksha jnanam or pratyaksha jnanam is possible only when indriya sambandha is there, and in case of brahma indriya sambandha is not possible. Therefore we cannot have aparoksha jnanam of brahma, and without aparoksha jnanam of brahma this avidya nivrutti, samsara nivrutti will not be possible. So how we will get moksha? By aparoksha brahma jnana. And he himself is elaborating this idea that why we cannot have the aparoksha jnanam of brahma. He himself explains that Brahman is not the object of any organs of perception, and in that further he explained that Brahman is not the object of the eyes. So he is like a zooming in. So Brahman is not Dhanendriya Vishaya. In that Dhanendriya, 5 Dhanendriyas are there. So first one is Chakshushaha Vishayana. In that there is some Purvapaksha Samadhanam. So Tattva-drishti says Brahma cannot be the object of the eyes. So the opponent of Tattva-drishti, who is asking the question, will say why not? The Brahman cannot be seen is not correct, because in Purana this avatara is presented as Brahman when the praise is done, and avatara shariram is considered to be Brahman. Avatara shariram is available for the eyes to see, therefore Brahman is available for eyes to see. For that he gave the answer that Brahman, the avatara sharira, cannot be equated to Brahman itself, because avatara sharira is savayava, Brahman is niravayava. Savayava sharira of avatara cannot be equated to niravayava Brahma. Then question may be there that does it mean that avatara sharira is no way superior to the ordinary sharira? If there is no superiority, why it is praised? Why seeing Bhagavan Rama, Krishna is considered to be very, very fortunate? For that he gave these 3 differences between the ordinary bodies, the bodies of ordinary jivas, and the body of avatara. First is that the body of avatara is not made up of Panchamabhutas. It is directly made from this Maya. And because of that alone, this body of avatara has some special features. We see that it is not getting tied with the rope, etc. And another difference is that the body of avatara is not born of the punya papa of the avatara. And the third difference is we were seeing in the last class is in the body of Agnani Jiva there will be aham abhimana, means I am the body. So this body is the locus of abhimana by the holder of the body. Whereas Paramatma, this Ishvara does not have Abhimana in the body. So the body of Avatara is free from the Abhimana. The body of ordinary Jiva is fraught with Abhimana, identification. And why identification is not there? Because identification is born of avidya, avarana. And avidya and its work, its effect, avarana, is not possible for Paramatma because Paramatma's upadhi, Ishvara's upadhi is Shuddha Sattva Pradhana Maya. Whereas the avidya, which is the upadhi of Jiva, is Balina Sattva Pradhana. Therefore, Ishvara does not have avarana. And therefore, there is no Bhranti. And in case of Jiva, Avaranam is there, and that Avaranam is removed by the Jnanam of Atma, born of Upadesha. Now the question came further, see, person will be curious, and therefore he will have that inquisitive. So does it mean Ishvara doesn't have Atmajnanam? Because Ishvara doesn't require Atmajnanam. So it will not have, like a person who is bald, he doesn't require comb, he will not have the comb. Similarly, Ishvara doesn't require Atmajnanam because Avaranam is not there. Will he have Atmajnanam? Aham Brahma. Our Siddhanta is yes. Ishvara has Atmajnanam. And the difference is that Jiva will be having Atmajnanam in the form of Antakarana Vritti. Antakarana Vritti. Whereas Ishvara also will have Aham Brahma Jnanam. All Jnanam are there. This Aparavidya, all is there, all are there. So Paravidya Rupa, Aham Brahmasmi Jnanam also will be there. It will be Maya Vritti. But that Maya Vritti, Rupa Jnanam, will not have the purpose to serve. Means it will not do the job of removing the Avaranam. That is said here, Tathapi Jivasya Antakarana Vritti Rupa Jnanam Iva Ishvarasya Maya Vritti Rupa Atmajnanam Upadesham Vina Eva Jayate. Then another difference is, in case of Jiva, the Atmajnanam will be born of Upadesha, whereas here it will be born without Upadesha. But Kintu Na Tena Jnanena Kinchidapi Prayojanam Ishvaranam Siddhyati. But by that Jnanam, the Prayojanam of the Ishvara will not be established. No purpose will be served. How is it possible that something is born and no purpose is served? He said, Tathahi. I think up to this we had seen. Jivasya Gatadi Gnanena Avarana Bhangaha Gatadi Rupa Vishayasya Prakashaha cha Phalam Prakashascha iti Phalam Siddhyati. For a Jiva, Gatadi Gnanena Avarana Bhangaha. By the knowledge of Gatadi, Avarana Bhangaha. What will happen? There will be removal of the veiling factor. And Gatadi Rupa Vishayasya Prakashaha cha. By Gatadi Jnanam, here Gatadi Jnanam includes both Vritti and Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa Sahita Vritti is called here Gatadi Jnanam. So Gatadi Jnanena, by the knowledge of the pot, etc., which includes the Vritti and Chidabhasa, by that, what will happen? Avarana Bhangaha. There will be removal of veiling. And removal of veiling will happen by Vritti. And Gatadi Rupa Vishayasya Prakashaha cha. And the illumination, Prakashaha, illumination of the Vishaya, the object in the form of pot, etc. These two. Iti phalam siddhyati. In this manner, the result is established for Jiva by Jnanam. By Gatadi Jnanam, twofold result is accomplished. What are the two? One is the Avarana Bhanga and Prakasha, Vishaya Prakasha. So these two types of results are established by Jnanam for a Jiva. And what about Brahma Jnanam? Jivasya अहम ब्रह्म इति ब्रह्माकारात्मा ज्ञानोदये तु तादृश ज्ञान विषयीभूतस्य आत्मनः आवरण भंग मात्रं ज्ञानेन जन्यते. So he is giving the comparison of three situations. For Jiva, two situations. One is Ghatadi Jnanam. In Ghatadi Jnanam, twofold result will happen. Avarana Bhanga, Vishaya Prakasha. But same Jiva, when he has got Atma Jnanam, only one result will happen. What is that? Jivasya. For Jiva, Aham Brahma iti Brahmakaratmak Jnanodaya. So, however, just to contrast with the Ghatadi Jnanam. For Jiva, when there is Udaya, the rise of Atmak Jnanam, self-knowledge. What type of self? Brahmakara. So, Atmak Jnanam, which is in the form of Brahma, means the knowledge is Brahmatmaikya Akara. So, when there is a rise of the self-knowledge, which is in the form of this Brahma, which is in keeping with the nature of Brahman, means Aham Brahma iti, I am Brahman in this manner when the knowledge is born. That is the meaning of Aham Brahma iti Brahmakaratmak Jnanodaya. Brahmakaratmak Jnanam means what? I am Brahma iti Jnanam. That is called Brahmakaratmak Jnanam. Why it is called Brahmakara? Because the knowledge of the self, Aham, is in the form of Brahman. In other words, the knowledge in which Atma is understood to be Brahma, therefore it is called Brahmakara Atmak Jnanodaya. The knowledge of the rise of the knowledge of the self in the form of Brahma. Two. However, in case of Brahmakara Atmak Jnanodaya, Tadrisha Jnana Vishayi Bhutasya Atmanaha Avarana Bhanga Matram Jnanena Janyate. When there is a Brahmatmak Jnanam, then Avarana Bhanga Matram, only removal of veiling. And Avaranam of what? Atmanaha. Avarana regarding Atma. Avaranam of Atmana means Avarana about Atmana. Veiling of Atma. What type of Atma? Tadrisha Jnana Vishayi Bhuta. Atma which is the object of, object is a very, what is called figurative expression. So object of such knowledge. Tadrisha Jnana means Brahmakaratmak Jnana. So by Brahmakara Atmak Jnanam, Avarana Bhanga Matram, only the removal of veiling of the self which is the object of that such knowledge. Jaya Janyate is born. In simple words, when a Jiva attains the knowledge that I am Brahma, that time the Avaranam, the veiling on the Atma was there, that veiling is removed. Veiling in the sense that I did not know that I, Atma, am Brahma. So ignorance of this fact is said to be the veiling. Or the factor responsible for ignorance is veiling, to be precise. Janyate. So I am Brahma, by this Brahmakara Jnanam, Avarana Bhanga alone happens. That is second situation. So for Jiva, in Ghatadi Jnanam, Avarana Bhanga, Vishaya Prakasha. For Jiva, Brahmatmak Jnanam, only Avarana Bhanga, no Vishaya Prakasha. Atma Rupa Vishayaha tu Swayameva Prakashate. Whereas the object in the form of Atma, Swayameva Prakashate, is evident by itself. Tasmat Atmak Jnanena Vishayaha na Prakashate. Therefore, by the knowledge of the self, the object Atma is not shining. Means the Atmak Jnanam does not make the Atma evident. Unlike the Ghatadi Jnanam, where the Jnanam makes the object evident. So two situations for Jiva. In one Ghatadi Jnanam, Vishaya Avarana Bhanga, Vishaya Prakasha. And for Brahmatmak Jnanam, only Avarana Bhanga, no Vishaya Prakasha. Whereas Ishvara, both are not there. So 2, 1, 0. That is how he is developing. Evam Ishvarasya Aham Brahmasmi iti Maya Vritti Rupa Jnanasya Vishaya Bhutaha Ishvarasya Atma Avarana Rahita Swayam Prakasha Rupaha Swarupaha Asti. So he presented this to show that how things will happen based on the need. If this Swayam Prakasha is there, then Prakasha doesn't happen. And if Avarana is not there, Avarana Bhanga doesn't happen. If Avarana is there and Vishaya is Jada, then both will happen in case of Ghatadigdana. Why? Because the Avaranam is there and Vishaya is Jada. Therefore, Prakasha also is required, Avarana Bhanga is required. Both happen. In case of Atmajnanam, only Avaranam is there, so Avarana is removed. Vishaya Prakasha doesn't happen. Whereas in the case of Ishvara, what happens? Both are not there. Avaranam is not there and Vishaya Jadatvam is not there. Therefore, what happens in case of Ishvara having Aham Brahmasmi Jnanam? Evam Ishvarasya. Similarly, for Ishvara, the Lord, Aham Brahmasmi iti Maya Vritti Rupa Jnanasya Vishaya Bhutaha Ishvarasya Atma. The self of Ishvara, which is the same as the self of Jiva, that Atma, which is the Vishaya Bhuta, which is the content of the Maya Vritti Rupa Jnanam, which is the content of the knowledge which is in the form of the mode of Maya. That Atma, which is the object of the Maya Vritti Rupa Jnanam. What type of Vritti? Aham Brahmasmi. For that Vishaya Bhuta Ishvarasya Atma, for that Jnanam, whatever is the Vishaya Atma, that Avarana Rahita Swayam Prakasha Swarupa Asti. That Atma is Swayam Prakasha Swarupa of self-effulgent and extra thing is Avarana Rahita, without veiling. The self of Ishvara, which is the object of Aham Brahmasmi Jnanam happening in Ishvara, that self is Avarana Rahita and Swayam Prakasha. Therefore, what? Tasmad Avarana Bhangaha va Vishaya Prakashaha va na Ishvara Jnanasya Prayojanam. Therefore, the removal of the veiling factor and the illumination of the object is not the purpose of the knowledge Aham Brahmasmi happening in Ishvara. So Tasmad is equal to Atmanaha Avarana Rahitatvat Swayam Prakasha Swarupatvacha. That is the meaning of Tasmad. And he said, how is it possible that Ishvara gets Aham Brahmasmi Jnanam and it doesn't serve any purpose? It doesn't do Avarana Bhanga also, it doesn't do Vishaya Prakashanam also. He said, we have an example. Yatha Jivan Muktasya Vidushaha Avarana Rahitam Atmanam Vishaya Kurvanti Aham Brahmasmi iti Antakrana Vrittihi Avarana Bhangadi Prayojana Shunya Bhavati. Very interesting example he brought. He says, for Jivan Mukta Vidushaha, a wise person who is free while living. So, wise person who is free while living, for that wise person, Aham Brahmasmi Jnanam Antakrana Vritti will happen. He also will have appreciation. Aham Brahmasmi will have. And that Aham Brahmasmi iti Antakrana Vritti happening in that wise person who is free while being alive, that Vritti Vishayi Kurvanti will be objectifying or having the content in the form of what? Atma, the self, which is Avarana Rahita, which is free from Avarana, because Avarana he has removed. That's why he is called a wise person. So when wise person is having Aham Brahmasmi Vritti, that Vritti, even though it is objectifying or referring to the self, but what type of self? Avarana Rahita. And therefore that Antakrana Vritti, which is happening in a wise person, is Avarana Bhangadi Prayojana Shunya Bhavati. Becomes free from the purpose of the removing Avarana and of course doing Vishaya Prakasha. So Vishaya Prakasha does not happen even in case of this other person who is getting first type knowledge. But even Avarana Bhanga will not happen for a wise person. So he said, just as it happens with a wise person, where Aham Brahmasmi Vritti can happen, because that is what his life is, so that comes to him very easily. Aham Brahmasmi, even while teaching or even otherwise, it will come. So that Vritti will prayojana shunya. Tatha eva, similarly, Ishwarasya api, even for the Lord, avarana bhangadi prayojana shunyam maya vritti rupam aham brahmasmiti jnanam vina eva upadeshadi sadhanam utpadyate. Similarly, for Ishvara also, avarana bhangadi prayojana shunyam maya vritti rupam jnanam. The knowledge aham brahmasmi, I am Brahma, that knowledge which is maya vritti rupam, because Ishvara does not have the mind the way Jiva has. So maya vritti rupam, the knowledge which is in the form of the mode of maya or the parinama of maya, which is shunyam, which is free from the prayojana, devoid of any purpose, such as avarana bhangadi, adipadena vishaya prakasha. So the free from or devoid of any purpose of removing avarana. This dhanam vinayava upadeshadi sadhanam. Even without any means in the form of upadeshadi eva sadhanam upadeshadi sadhanam. So without any means such as teaching etc., that dhanam is utpadyate, is there, it keeps happening, is there, it keeps repeating. So Ishvara also will have this dhanam utpadyate. Or we say in the beginning of the creation that dhanam will be born without any upadeshadi. So where we have reached? The main question was what? Question is that Brahma, the aparoksha dhanam of Brahman is not possible. From there we came that the Brahman is not available for Gyanendriyas. From there we came Brahman is not available for being seen. From there we came that avatara sharira, what is the position? From there we came that avatara shariram does not have the abhimanam. Why it doesn't have abhimanam? Because the avaranam is not there, which is the case of the jivas. The jivas avaranam is removed by jnanam. What about Ishvara's jnanam? Ishvara has got Brahma jnanam or not? Has. Does it the job? No, it doesn't do the job. Up to this we have seen. So Ishvara has got Brahmasmi jnanam, but Ishvara does not require any upadesha, and Ishvara's Aham Brahmasmi jnanam does not do the job of avarana nivrutti. Vishaya prakashanam, of course, it does not. Alright. Itham Ramakrishnaadinam jivad vaishishtya satvena ishvaratvam siddhyati. Itham, in this manner, Ramakrishnaadinam, of Rama, Krishna and all, jivad vaishishtya satvena, because of the existence of the superiority or speciality compared to Jiva, Ishvaratvam siddhyati. The status of being Ishvara, the Lord, is established. Because Ishvara has to be, as Ishvara has to be somewhat superior, then only Ishvaratvam comes. So Ishvarasya Ishvaratvam kim? That Ishvara Sharira will not be born of Panchama Bhutas, Ishvara Sharira will not be born of Punya Papa, Ishvara Shariras will not be having Ahamama Bhimana. Therefore Ishvara is superior and therefore he is Ishvara. So means superiority of Ishvara is established. Tathapi, even then, even though the body of the avatara is superior to the bodies of ordinary Jiva, even then, Shariram Maya Karyam. The body is the product of Maya. Ataha eva, therefore alone, na tat Brahma Rupam. Since it is a Maya Karyam, therefore it is not Brahma Rupam. Maya Karyam, he cannot be Brahma Rupa, not of the nature of Brahman. Kintu Mithya. Maya Karyatvat Ishvarasya Shariram api Mithya. Unreal. Only Vedanti has the courage to say this. Bhakta cannot say this. That's how can Ishvara's Sharira is Mithya? Do you mean to say Rama, Krishna, which was seen by all devotees, it was Mithya? Yes. Why? Maya Karyatvat Mithya. And Maya Karya Bhutam Avatar Maya Karya Bhutam अवतार पुरुषाणाम शरीरम करचरणाद्यवयवोपेतम रूप सहितम च उत्पादितम. Avatar Purushanam Shariram, the body of this incarnation or incarnated Lord, which is Maya Karya Bhutam, which is in the form of the effect of Maya. So the body of Ramakrishna is the effect of Maya, and Karacharanadi Avayavopetam. It is endowed with the Kara, hand, Charana, leg, etc. parts. Rupa Sahitam cha, and it is endowed with this form. Utpaditam, it was created. So the body of Avatara was created as endowed with part and endowed with the forms and colors. Tasman. Therefore, when we describe Avatara, Rama, Krishna, Shyamalam, Megha Shyamam, etc., we say Durvadala Shyamam, we have. So Varnam is there, and Karacharana we always say this Kamalakara, the Ambuja, Karambuja, etc. we use. So the body of Ishvara is Savayava and Rupa Sahitam. Tasmat Tesham Shariram na Indriya Vishyatam. Tasmat Tesham Shariram or Netrendriya Vishyatam apadyate. So therefore their body, therefore means what? Avatara Sharirasya Rupa Sahitatvat. Since their body is endowed with the Rupa, therefore their body Netrendriya Vishyatam apadyate. The body of Avatara attains the status of being the object of the organ of seeing. Netra. Netrendriya means organ of seeing, the eyes. So far what has been said? The body of Avatara is available for the eyes to objectify. But the body of Avatara is not Brahma. And therefore he says, even though body of the Avatara is available for objectification, tathapi, even then, Netrendriyam na Brahma Vishayi Karoti. Even though body of Avatara is available for objectification by the eyes, but the Netrendriya, the organ of sight, eyes, na Brahma Vishayi Karoti, does not objectify Brahma. Why? In between Hetu we have to supply. Even though the Avatara Sharira is Netrendriya Vishaya, but Avatara Shariram is not Brahma, therefore Netrendriyam na Brahma na Vishayi Karoti. In between Hetu we have to supply. Alright, so far what we have seen by 2 pages and 3-4 classes, we started from 220 Brahma na Chakshusha Vishaya. Only thing that Brahman is not available for objectification by the eyes. Even though Avatara Shariram is available for the objectification by the eyes, but Avatara Shariram is not equal to Brahma, therefore Brahman is not available for objectification by the eyes. Alright. And the Sakshat Hetu we said Rupa Rahitatvat. In between Chanka Samadhan we do. Now, Brahma Tvagindriyasya na Vishayaha. Brahman is not the object of tactile organ, the organ of touch. Tvagindriyam tu sparsham tadashraya dravyam cha vishayi karoti. However, Tvagindriya, the organ of touch, sparsham, the touch, tadashraya dravyam cha, and also the substance which is the support of that sparsha, the locus of the touch, vishayi karoti, objectifies. Like what? My Tvagindriya, which is there on the hand, that Tvagindriya is objectifying the touch also, the guna, and also gunashraya ghata. Both it objectifies. Unlike the Rupam, in Rupam, the eyes are only objectifying Rupa, not Rupashraya. But this is objectifying both. Alright. Tadashrayam dravyam cha vishayi karoti. Ashraya there it is. There are also some Naiyayikas accept that Ashraya also is objectified by eyes, by the eyes. Yes. Okay. But at least Sparshendriya does the objectifies this Sparsha and Ashraya. And Naiyayikas they say that eyes are objectifying only colors and the tactile organ objectifies both. Brahmatu na sparsha rupam napi sparshasya ashrayah. Whereas Brahman is not in the form of touch, nor it is the locus of the touch. Ataha, therefore, na brahmanaha tvagindriya vishayatvam. Therefore, Brahman is not the object of tvagindriya. Simple logic is that Brahman is not touch and the locus of the touch, and that which is the touch or the locus of touch can be grasped by the tvagindriya, and therefore Brahman is not available for organ of touch. So you cannot touch Brahman. Even though we have some expression in Bhagavad Gita, one expression, Sukhena Brahma Sansparsham. So people think Brahma Sansparsham means touching, very well touching Brahman. But that it is a figurative expression. Okay. Now, so we have covered two indriyas, Chakshurindriya, Tvagindriya. Now, Rasana, Grana, Shrotrana. Brahma na rasana grana shrotranam vishaya. Brahman is not the object of the organ of taste, grana, organ of smelling, and shrotranam, organ of hearing. That is given in this paragraph. Rasanendriyena rasagdanam, granendriyena gandhagdanam, shrotrena shabdagdanam cha jayate. By the organ of taste, the knowledge of taste is born. Granendriyena, by the organ of smelling, the knowledge of smell is born. Shrotrena, by the ears, the knowledge of sound is born. But rasagandha shabdebhyaha vilakshanam brahma. But Brahman is different from, and also we have to supply rahitam cha. Brahman is different from the taste, smell and sound, and Brahman is free from all of them. Tasma, therefore, na rasana grana shrotrehi brahmanah jnanam jayate. Therefore, the knowledge of Brahman is not born through the organ of taste, organ of smell, and organ of hearing. And he quotes the Shruti. Ashabdam asparsham arupam abhyayam tatharasam nityam agandhavachayat. Kathopanishad. Ashabdam, it is free from sound. It is different from sound and free from sound. Anya also is the artha of nanj, and we wrote the abhava also. So ashabdam is shabda rahitam or shabda vilakshana, both. So Brahman is free from sound, different from sound. Similarly, free and different from touch. Rupam, free from color. Avyayam, indeclinable. That is not relevant here. Tatha arasam, free from taste. Nityam, permanent. Agandhavacha, and free from the smell. Therefore, Brahma cannot be perceived by the organs. And also, one more Shruti is quoted, Paranchikhani Vyatrunat Swayambhuhu Tasmat Parang Pashyati Nantaratma. Swayambhuhu Brahmaji made this Khani. Khani means the organs, Paranchi, going outward. So, Vyatrunat, destroyed as it were. Brahmaji, by making the organs outward, destroyed as it were. Tasmat Parang Pashyati Nantaratma. Therefore, a person sees only outside and not oneself. Ityadina, by that, Brahmanaha Indriya Vishayatvam Bodhyate. By this Shrutis, Brahma not being the object of organs is revealed. Alright. So we have covered all 5 organs of perception. Brahman is not available for any one of these 5 organs of perception. Then next one is little, it may sound funny that Brahman is not the object of karmendriyas. So by chance, by karmendriya will get jnana. So first of all, it is not karmendriya vishaya. And Granthakara says, Granthakara, there is a Indriyas do not create knowledge, any knowledge, much less Brahmagyan. So Brahma Karmendriyanam api avishaya. Brahman is not the object of even organs of action. Karmendriyam na jnana sadhanam. Karmendriya, the organs of action like my hands, legs, etc., my organ of speech, is not the jnana sadhanam. Is not the means for knowledge. Kintu vachanadi kriya sadhanam. Therefore, it is called karmendriyas. So, karmendriyas is not the means for action. A means for dhanam, it is the means for only action, such as speaking, etc. So, adipadena, this, what is chalanam, grahanam, tasmat, therefore, karmendriyehi, with karmendriyas, na kasyachidapi jnanam jayate. Knowledge of anything is not born. Means we cannot get the knowledge of anything through any karmendriyas, any organs of action. Itham na kenapi indriyena brahmana jnanam jayate. Therefore, in this manner, by any organs, jnanendriyas, karmendriyas, brahmana jnanam na jayate. The knowledge of Brahman is not born. Indriya janyam eva jnanam pratyaksham iti uchyate. The Tattva Drishti is now consolidating his argument. By any organ, the knowledge of Brahman is not born, and the knowledge born of Indriya janyam eva jnanam pratyaksham iti uchyate. That alone is called direct knowledge. And he puts one more note. Tadeva aparoksham iti cha kirtyate. The pratyaksha jnanam alone is called aparoksham also. Many people have these difficulties. Oh, this, how can you have ghata aparoksha jnanam? Yes, in Panchadashi they have made some classification. Say ghatadi jnanam is called pratyaksha jnanam, and atma vishayaka jnanam is called aparoksha jnanam. And the knowledge of fire based on this smoke, that is called paroksha jnana. So three types of knowledge generally talked about for convenience. Paroksha jnanam of fire based on the indicator smoke, one, paroksha jnana. Second is the knowledge of ghatadi, pot, etc. is called pratyaksha jnana. And third is aparoksha jnanam, knowledge about myself. But this aparoksha and pratyaksha, both of them are considered to be of the same category. Why? Because pratyaksha is a paroksha? No, pratyaksha is not paroksha. And that which is not paroksha is called aparoksha. Therefore, pratyaksha and aparoksha convey the same category. Even though sometimes we make the division for the purpose of communication. But here he says, the indriya janyam eva jnanam pratyaksham tadeva aparoksham iti cha kirtyate. Tasma brahmanaha aparoksha jnanam naiva sambhavati. Therefore, the aparoksha jnanam, direct knowledge of Brahman, is not possible. But he says, shabdena jnanam happens. Shabdeno tu yadyapi brahma jnanam utpadyate, tathapi shabda jnanasya parokshatvat shabda janya brahma jnanam parokshameva bhavet. He says, since indriya janya jnanam is pratyaksha and otherwise called aparoksha, therefore aparoksha jnanam is by indriya only. Therefore, brahmana aparoksha jnanam naiva sambhavati. Therefore, the aparoksha jnanam, direct knowledge of Brahman, is not possible. Shabdena tu, however, by the word, yadyapi, even though Brahma jnanam utpadyate, knowledge of Brahman is born. When you are told about Brahman, so naturally some jnanam will be born. When words are used, some knowledge is born. So when words regarding Brahman are used, so Brahmagdanam will happen, will be born. Tathapi, even then, Shabdagdanasya Parokshatva. This is a general rule that the knowledge born of words are Paroksha, is Paroksha. Like Nadyaha Tere Falani Santi. So when I say that there are fruits on the bank of the river, what type of knowledge you have? Parokshagdan. Or you have got the knowledge of Swarga, Punya, Papa, Parokshagdan. So Shabdagdanam is Parokshagdan. That is the general rule. And Shabdajanya Brahmagdanam, therefore Shabdajanya Brahmagdanam also Parokshameva. So the knowledge of Brahman which is born of words will be what? Parokshameva Bhave, would be indirect. So what is the Anumanam suggested? Brahmagdanam Paroksham Shabdajanyatvat Punya Papa Danavat. And therefore Tattva-drishti's contention is that Aparokshagdanam of Brahman is not possible. And you have put a condition by Aparokshagdanam alone, samsara nivrutti moksha prapti is there. So this is the question, elaborate question of this Tattva-drishti. Now, Siddhanti or Guruji is giving the answer. Purvokta Prashnasya Uttaram 224 to 25. So he completes a little faster. Prashna is, see, Prashna started Prashna started 220 to 22. So 3. No, not 3. This 219 to 223. 5. So question was in 5 paragraphs. The answer is in 2 paragraphs. Many times it happens. Person big elaboration he does of question. And finally we ask, in fact, first of sometimes we don't even understand what is the question. We ask him, the answer is very 1 or 2 sentences. So here also Guruji is giving the answer in 2 paragraphs. Alright. Purvokta Prashnasya Uttaram, the answer to the question which was mentioned in 219 to 223. Acha. And the essence of the answer is that your assumption that Pratyakshagdanam or Aparokshagdanam is born only of organs, sense organs, that assumption is not correct. It is something like somebody, he said, you go and call from that phone is there, call. The person says that how can I make a call? Wires are not there. Somebody, the phone line is cut. If I tell the person who has not seen mobile, he will say, somebody, I think line is not there. Line must not be working. Why? These wires are not there. So those who have seen only landline, in their mind what is set? Anything, any phone which is connected through wires alone works. Sometimes you know that you have not paid the bill, they will cut. So wire will not be there. Only phone will be there. Will it work? No, it will not work. See, why Vyapti has happened? That only when wire is connected to the phone works. Therefore, we will say, how can it be there? Wire is not there, how can it work? For them, we have to tell that without wire also it can work. That is called mobile phone. So similarly, here as Guruji is telling, that your conclusion, your assumption that Indriya Sambandha is required for any Jnanam to be Pratyaksha, that is not correct. And one simple place of violation, Vyabhichara Sthanam, is your happiness. Knowledge of your happiness. Do you know you have happiness or unhappiness, whatever you have? So you have the knowledge of happiness or unhappiness. Now if I ask you, is it a direct knowledge or indirect knowledge? Are you inferring? Swamiji, I must be happy. You don't infer. You know it directly. So knowledge of happiness is direct knowledge. Now for that knowledge of happiness, which organ is used? The happiness does not have shabda, sound. What is the sound of happiness? What is the color of happiness? People may give different colors. So today he said, why in this Western country that a lady, when she marries, she wears this white dress. They wear white dress. So one child asked mother, he said, why this lady wears white color when she is getting married? She said, the white is the color of happiness. Today only I came to know white is the color of happiness. And today is the happiest day in our life. Therefore, she is wearing white. Then immediately he said, what? That's why this fellow is wearing black. That's why bridegroom wears a black. So white. But this is only an assumption. Happiness doesn't have any color. Similarly, the sound is not there, touch is not there. What is the touch? Is the happiness soft touch or hard touch? There is no such thing. Therefore, happiness does not have shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. Therefore, it cannot be perceived by the organs, but still it is perceived directly without any anumana, etc. Therefore, first of all, you drop that assumption that for direct knowledge, the contact with the sense organ is essential. That is not correct. And then he will say that the knowledge of Atma can be born of words. And don't make another rule. Then another rule also you have to drop. That Shabdak Dhanam Paroksham Eva. That also you have to drop. In fact, whole Vedanta is just dropping our wrong conclusions. So here also he will say that Shabdak Dhanam can be aparoksha. As it happens in the 10th man, you are the 10th man. Knowledge is born of words, and that knowledge is aparoksha Dhanam. The Shabdak Dhanam can be aparoksha Dhanam. And therefore here, without Indriya Sambandha, one can have aparoksha Brahma Dhanam. More we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Dachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.